All right, what is a faithless elector? Apart from sounding like a discarded title of a Harry Potter novel, Harry Potter and the Faithless Elector, the idea of faithless electors stems from the original idea that the Electoral College would be a deliberative body and that Electoral College delegates were elected with the purpose of selecting a president, which again presumes this idea that they were meeting to determine, kind of like the College of Cardinals for the new Pope. Um, Originally, the responsibility for selecting electoral college delegates rested with the state governments. But in the early 19th century, states began holding popular elections to determine which party's slate of electors would be impaneled. This is the point where an electoral college delegate voting against the expressed wishes of the electorate becomes a problem, because at that point a faithless elector is thwarting the democratic will of the electorate. Now, 29 states in the District of Columbia have laws on the books banning electors from voting contrary to the will of the state's electorate. However, the laws make it a misdemeanor, the fines are usually small, and they're hardly ever enforced. So why have a law that you're not prepared to enforce? The main reason is that no faithless elector has really altered the outcome of a presidential election yet. How often have faithless electors cast ballots in presidential elections for someone other than the person that they were supposed to? According to the Washington Post, it's happened roughly 157 times over 57 presidential elections, or roughly twice an election. And 2 electoral votes are unlikely to change the outcome of any given election. That's because 48 states deliver all of their electoral college votes on a winner-take-all basis, which generally manifests itself in a greater margin than the popular vote. So there are very few ties. There's a tie-breaking function built into it. Witness 2016, where Hillary Clinton actually won the popular vote, but Donald Trump nevertheless received 303 electoral college votes. So does the prospect of faithless electors shake your faith in the American electoral system? Or is it just another reason for ditching the electoral college? Or is it just not that big a deal? Remember, if you want to get rid of the Electoral College, how are you going to replace it? Changes like that can have unintended consequences. Something to think about.